Okay, so good morning everyone. Good morning everybody. So yung topic natin for this week ay political ideologies. So before we start, I would like to apologize for any unnecessary background noises or unexpected background noises. So let's proceed. So political ideologies. So ano nga ba yung subtopics? Definition ng political ideology, then major political ideology. So that's 5 major political ideologies. So dito muna tayo. Okay? Definition of political ideology. So the goal of every government is to mobilize its citizens to achieve a common end, that is the welfare of the state as a whole. As a guide, governments use ideologies to help them consolidate the support of their constituents. So, alam naman natin ang goal ng government. Sa lahat naman ng government is yung ma-achieve yung common end, yung common goal ng bawat isa. So, kumbaga, kaya merong government para ma-secure yung welfare ng state as a whole. Kumbaga, mas maalagaan, mas maging maganda yung welfare ng state as a whole. Kaya naman, yung mga governments, gumagamit sila ng tinatawag nating ideologies para paano nila i-control or paano nila ihahayag yung way of governing nila sa tao. Pero ano nga ba yung sinasabi nating ideology? So, pag sinabi nating ideology, a system of beliefs, perspectives, and frameworks on how a certain group should function and operate. So, for a while, so, a system of beliefs rather. So, a system of beliefs, yung nakalagay dyan na if. So, a system of beliefs, perspectives, and frameworks on how a certain group should function and operate. So, then in political science, an ideology also calls for an action to make a better government. Then, so pag sinabi natin ideology, so ito yung system of belief, perspective, and framework. Kung paano nga ba nila kukontrolin, kung paano dapat mag-function, mag-operate yung isang group. So, kung i-relate natin sa political science, so ideology also calls for an action to make a better government. So, itong si ideology, nagiging way to or nagiging instrument kung paano nga ba magiging better yung way of governing kung sino man yung nakaupo sa government. Okay, kasi kung ano yung gamit na ideology ng isang namumuno, doon magre-reflect kung paano siya mag-govern sa isang area or sa kanyang country. Okay, so kaya naman, pag sinabi nating ideology, it is basically defined as a political statements that aim to call upon massive mass or government action to achieve a relatively better political and economic conditions. So, yun yun. So, dyan magre-reflect yung way of governance ng namumuno. So, the first formal use of ideology as a political science jargon was made by Claude Destutt de Tracy. So, that's 1754 to 1836 when he was studying the Enlightenment of Europe. So, Enlightenment, that's the Renaissance period. So, Renaissance period ng Europe. So, yun na yung medyo unti-unti nagkakaroon ng improvement sa society. Yun yung Enlightenment or Renaissance period during that time. So, dyan na pumasok yung ideology. Kasi meron ng government, may concept na ng government. Then, second, major political ideologies and its basic tenets. So, anarchism. So, anarchism came from the Greek word anarchia, meaning without leaders. So, ibig sabihin, wala talagang konsepto ng leader dito. So, if monarchy means one leader and oligarchy means few, anarchy opposes any authority and coercion, but it does not focus on deconstructing the system. So, pag kasi monarchy, merong isang leader. Pag oligarchy, merong few. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang isa yung leader. Pwedeng 3, 5 yung tumayong leader. Anarchy, so without leader. So, Greek word anarchy. Yeah. So, anarchists believe that since power corrupts, a better system based on voluntary cooperation and not on power relations should be established, and that this system will address the needs of the people more successfully. So, contrary sa belief natin, okay? So, contrary, while most people are familiar with how anarchy is popular, used to mean chaos due to the non-existence of control yung mechanisms, the idea behind it is actually more on peaceful coexistence and equality. Okay? So, kasi ang alam natin, pag sinabing anarchy, magulo yan. Kasi wala kang leader eh. So, sino yung magkocontrol? So, pero, kabaliktaran pala yung totoong meaning ng anarchy. Kasi, si anarchy, ayaw nila sa power corrupts. So, mas gusto nila yung voluntary, yung cooperation. Kumbaga, hindi yung talagang hinahawakan sa leeg yung mga tao. So, ganun pala ang anarchy. More on peaceful coexistence and equality. Kasi syempre, kung voluntary yung cooperation ng bawat isa, mas nagkakaroon ng establishment. Mas nagkakaroon ng established relationship and then mas kayang i-address yung needs ng tao. Tapos, it is living a peaceful life without coercion from anyone. So, yun nga, doon nga papasok yung walang nagkocontrol, yung without leaders. So, yun. The next one, ano nga ba yung basic tenets ng anarchy? So, follow the natural law within, self-government and federation. Then, lastly, is the social individualism. So, let's proceed with the first tenet ng anarchy. So, follow the natural law within. So, this one states that anarchists believe in the abolition of all human-devised laws, which are artificial and externally imposed hindrances. Instead, we should follow the everlasting natural law within our hearts. Rather than make laws, the people, being judges, should interpret the natural law, which is our true constitution, the absolute horizon, or context for freedom. So, ibig sabihin si anarchist, gusto nila gusto nila yung natural law lang yung nag-exist as a system ng government. Kumbaga, hindi pa pwedeng artificial or kumbaga yung talagang gawa. Kumbaga, yung talagang pinopropose. Katulad sa atin, sa government natin, yung mga senate natin, yung mga senado natin, senador, congressman, meron yung mga pinopropose na mga bill. So, para kay anarchy, or kay anarchist rather, kailangan yung sinusunod na law is natural. Kumbaga, kung ano yung meron na sa community, yun na yun. Kung ano yung alam natin na bawal, bawal talagang gawin. Hindi pa pwedeng kung may sinasawsaw pang ibang batas dyan. Kung alam natin na bawal naman talaga na mambuli, so bawal talaga yun. Kailangan natural, absolute. Kung ano yung true constitution. Hindi pa pwedeng pabago-bago ng law. So, kung ano yung natural law within the community, yun dapat yung susundin. Hindi pa pwedeng gawa ng law, tapos hindi naman pala sinusunod. Then, self-government and federation. This is the principle of direct democracy and self-government in all institutions, including corporations, workplace democracy, and federation from the bottom up. All social structures should be organized from the bottom up democratically rather than from the top down in an authoritarian hierarchy as found even in our so-called democracies. So, ano yung self-government and federation? So, sabi ko nga si anarchy came from the Greek word anarchia, which means without leaders. So, pag sinabing without leaders, ibig sabihin parang self-government yung nangyayari. Ikaw mismo yung nagpapasunod sa sarili mo. Kung baga, ikaw mismo, i-exercise mo kung paano mo kontrolin yung sarili mo na ikaw mismo, may bilang ka sa community. Kasi without government without leader. So kapag may leader, may control, may humahawak sa leeg ng citizen. So dito kay anarchy, wala. So, kaya bottom up, hindi katulad ng mga common na government, top down, top to bottom. Kung ano yung gusto ng top, kung ano yung gusto ng kung sino yung nakaupo, yun yung gagawin ng bottom. Whereas dito kay anarchy, self-rule, self-government. Kung ano yung alam mo na nakakabuti, gagawin mo. So, yun yung dapat sa self-government and federation. Then, social individualism. Based on the realization that we are social animals that need to cooperate and that the full development of each person's individuality and freedom is dependent on equality and cooperation. This is a truth that is not realized by most today due to the prevalent belief that individuality, the desire to be separate from others, is incompatible with collectivism, the desire to merge with others in social togetherness. But we must acknowledge that these two desires do exist within us, each one struggling to become dominant. Lalim, di ba? Pero ang sinasabi lang na social individualism, alam natin na tayo ay kailangan nating makikooperate. Di ba? Pag nakikooperate tayo, doon napapasok yung collectivism. Paano yung social individualism na? So, yung social individualism, kailangan alam mo sa sarili mo or ikaw mismo sa sarili mo kung ano nga ba yung dapat na tama sa mali. Hindi yung sinabi lang ng nakakarami, ito yung gagawin mo. Kasi sabi na, ito yung tama. Pero pag sinabi kasi natin social individualism, ikaw mismo alam mo na yung tama. Alam mo na kung ano yung dapat na gawin doon sa community mo. Kung alam mo naman na mali yung ganitong bagay, drug use, bullying, pagpatay ng tao, pagnanakaw. So, ikaw mismo as a social individualist, alam mo na yun, na mali yun. So, kapag sumama ka pa sa grupo, doon na papasok yung collectivism. Sa collectivism, iisa na kayo ng pananaw. Okay? Isa na kayo ng pananaw. Doon na papasok yung social togetherness. So, yun yung social individualism kay anarchy. Then, next, absolutism. So, pag sinabi natin absolutism, also known as divine right theory, absolute, an ideology and type of government where boundless, complete power is held by a concentrated, sovereign individual without any constitutional checks from some other parts of the country or government. As a result, the authority has supreme control with no legitimate and constituent challenges to that control. So, pag absolutism, divine right theory. So, yan yung ideology na yung mismong authority, kung sino yung nakaupo doon, sa kanya yung supreme control sa pag-govern ng kanyang lugar, ng kanyang country, ng kanyang nation. Kumbaga nasa kanya lahat yung power. Walang limit yung kanyang pag-control sa citizens niya, sa kanyang tao. Absolute, boundless. Kanya-kanya na lahat yung power, yung control, yung supremacy sa kanya na. So, ano yung basic tenet a strong sense of order. Everything should be carefully structured, including society. Any disorder and chaos are generally considered to be dangerous. A clear-cut law of nature or law of God. According to this law, some people are inherently better than others. A natural hierarchy, a power structure in which some people have authority over others exists. Therefore, the superior should rule the inferior. This general view is called elitism or elite theory. Then lastly, the wisdom of traditional values and institutions. New ideas are considered dangerous to the order of things. So, ibig sabihin, may tatlong basic tenets itong si absolutism. First one, strong sense of order. So, since si absolutism ay divine right theory, so nasa authority, kung sino yung authority, nasa kanya na lahat, yung supremacy, nasa kanya na lahat ng control. So, nasa kanya yung strong sense of order. So, walang pa pwedeng mangilam. Kung ano yung order niya, yun yung order niya. Kumbaga, kailangan, kung sino yung authority, kailangan maayos, carefully structured kung ano yung ilahayag niyang order. Nang sa ganun, hindi mag-create ng disorder, ng chaos, kasi delikado yun para sa absolute government. Then, clear-cut law of nature. So, pag clear-cut of law of nature, ibig sabihin kung sino yung superior, siya lang dapat yung magro-rule, wala nang iba. Kaya yun, therefore, the superior should rule the inferior. So, this general view is called elitism or elite theory. Diba? Pag sinabi natin elite, nakakataas. So, kung sino yung nakakataas, siya lang yung magro-rule, wala nang iba. Then, the wisdom of traditional values and institution. So, kung ano yung new ideas, kung ano yung maisip na new ideas, pwedeng maging danger yon sa order. Kasi sa absolute, kailangan maayos eh. Ayos lahat, pulido, walang mintes, walang palya, walang sabit. Kaya kapag meron nag-emerge na mga new ideas, kailangan kung sino yung nakaupo na superior or kung sino yung authority sa absolute government, ma-analyze niya, internalize niya maigi. Kung ito bang new ideas na to, magkikreate ng danger sa order ng things sa kanyang society or hindi. So, ganun yung absolutism. So, kailangan maayos lahat. Walang pwedeng pumalya. Kasi para ang isang palya, para sa kanila, pwedeng mag-domino effect yan. Pwedeng lahat yan maging danger para sa kanila yan. So, yun lang muna yung first two ng major political ideology. So, sa next discussion na natin, i-discuss yung next three. So, I do hope meron tayong natutunan for this topic. Again, pag sinabi nating ideology, ito yung social or political statements na nagko-control or ito yung magre-reflect sa way of governing ng isang authority sa kanyang lugar. So, thank you for listening. So, thank you for lending your ears and times with me. So, I do hope meron tayong natutunan. So, again, see you on our next discussion. Have a nice day ahead. So, God bless us all.